I've got a really itchy side of the nose, but I can't itch it because all my stars are going to fall off. I need to poke it. Oh, that's better. Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can see by the title, today I'm recreating another Mitchell look. My first video that I did recreating his spotlight eye, I'll link it up here. You guys seem to really like that, so I wanted to do another one. I've also done a Stacey Marie MUA recreation. Again, I'll link that up here. I just really enjoy trying to recreate looks that these like incredible makeup artists do, and just to see if I can do it. Yeah. This is my inspiration photo here. I think it's a still from a video actually, but I just thought it was beautiful. So beautiful, as all of his work is. I did use like a few palettes for this look. I actually used both my Modern Renaissance and my Subculture palettes by ABH, and I also used a tiny bit of my BH Brazil palette. I definitely could have done this look just with one palette, but to be honest I just wanted to play with a few different ones, and yeah. Everything I've used on my face, I will link it down in the description box down below, as I always do. And if you want to see how to get this look from start to finish, then please just keep watching. Okay, let's jump into it. I have a primed eye, as always, brows are already on. My eyelid is wet, as in I have not set it. Derg. And the first thing I'm going to do is take my Subculture palette, and I'm going to dip into the shade All Star, which is just here. And I'm going to just pop on my kind of initial shape. And I need to try and make sure it matches the other eye, because that would be really helpful. And this is just going to be a kind of outline for what I'm going to build on. I'm just going to drag it round. Doesn't have to be too precise. Let me just make sure I'm matching. I love my Subculture palette. I mean, you can see I do. Look how many shades I've hit pan on. Then I'm going to take a fluffier brush, and I'm going to dip into... I told you this was going to be a few different palettes in this look. I'm going to dip into my Modern Renaissance palette, which I haven't used on my channel in so long, and I'm going to use the shade Love Letter here. And I'm just going to kind of start blending around that All-Star shade that we popped on. Kind of start bringing it out further, and just really start smoking out everything. I think Mitchell has got to be the best kind of artist around at the moment in terms of like original ideas. He's just fab. I just love his work so much. This is still that Love Letter shade. You can see I'm kind of losing my initial shape, but that's okay. I actually don't want to take that too far in, because that's going to be covered with blue anyway. I'm just going to go back in with a fluffy brush into the All Star shade. And I'm actually going to mix it a little bit with Venetian Red and just start building up that crease colour again. His look was super, super dark on this kind of outer V. I don't want to take it too low. Then on a cleaner brush, I'm gonna grab my BH Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I'm gonna dip into this orange and then this pink as well, and just smoke out the top much nearer my brows. This is a Morphe brush. Use my code, I wish. And the orange up closest to my brow. Pretty much touching my brow. And then I'll go in with the pink just on that same brush. And just chuck that in here a little bit. I like these winged out looks because I never have to be that precise and it all just kind of falls into place quite nicely. Also still in my pajama t-shirt, but just ignore that. Then back in with that fluffier blending brush, and I'm going to dip back into the All Star shade from the Subculture palette and just make sure my outer V is really, really deep and defined. I use a smaller fluffy brush and dip into the shade Rowdy from the Subculture. Now this is actually the only shade in the palette that I've ever struggled with because it's so dark. Sometimes I do find it hard to blend. So I'm just going in quite lightly with it and just really deepening up my outer V. How much did I drag out on that other side? A bit more actually. Just dragging it out. Just throw that Rowdy shade on my outer corner and drag it in a little bit on my lash line. I'll be covering up a little bit of this anyway, but just to have it there. And then I'm going to go back in with the shade Love Letter and a little bit of bright pink from my BH palette and just blend these edges a bit better. That's our initial kind of fun blending. And now I'm going to take my Maybelline 24 Hour Colour Tattoo in Turquoise Forever on a little brush. This is the ABH number 3 brush. It's a little like triangle shape and I really like it. And I'm going to start packing this on initially with this brush. So I'm almost cutting my crease but not being very kind of specific about it. Kind of pulling it up and I'm gonna drag it quite far along, maybe to about there. Then I'm gonna take a small kind of flat brush and I'm gonna pack more on and then kind of pat around it because I want it to be quite diffused and not like a perfect line or anything. I want it quite smudgy looking. I'm just patting around it. And then now it's time to pump up the metallicness. So in with my Barry M Asteroid. You've seen me use this a million times now. I love it so much. Wait till you see the colour. Look at that. And I'm just going to pat that everywhere. I've put that Maybelline colour tattoo just on that little flat brush, and it's just going to help blend it out as well. I'm just patting it like glass. See the kind of shape I'm going for? I'm kind of missing out this whole area because I'm going to cover that up with eyeshadow anyway. So then what I did was take my eBay glitter liner. This will be linked below because they are so good. They're so cheap and they've lasted me so long. And I'm just popping some on the back of my hand. Same little flat brush, and I'm just going to pat that over everything that we've done. It's just adding more glitter. It's also got kind of deeper blue glitter in it, so it's adding a bit more dimension to the look as well. And I just like how it came out on the other eye quite a lot. And I'm kind of going outside the lines as well because it's going to help make it look more diffused and blended. Just having a few kind of little bits of glitter here and there. And now I'm just going to take like a liner brush and I'm going to dip into Rowdy and All Star from the Subculture, and I'm just going to kind of clean up this line and make it more kind of diagonal from the end of my brow, as if I'm like doing liner. I'll just blend it a tiny bit. Great, now we can add our stars on. Now the stars I actually got these in my Wilko advent calendar unboxing. But you can get lots of like craft stars, glitter stars, makeup stars. I mean, you're not really supposed to put them near your eye, so my suggestion would be don't do this unless you're willing to do it. And don't tell my mother, because she always gets really annoyed when I put like makeup things near my eyes that I shouldn't do. So Mum, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. So you could use a glitter glue or even eyelash glue. I have this huge pot of aloe vera adhesive from Impress Me, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this. And I'm going to take some on my brush and then just take off the excess and the cap because I don't need too much. And then I'm going to pat it on this kind of inner part of my eye, even where I've not put eyeshadow. And then I'm just going to pop my brush into the pot and just start popping them in that kind of area. And we'll take them below the eye as well, but we'll do that after we put on our base makeup. Kind of trying to match a little bit, but I don't need it like perfectly symmetrical. This gel is working. It's designed for actually pigments, that's the thing, so it's not the strongest like glitter adhesive I've got, but I just had it closer to hand, so I might pop a few more in that other eye because I've gone a little bit ham on this eye. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some kind of stars falling off as I'm doing it, but that's okay. I can just reapply some more later on. Maybe I will use a stronger glitter glue, I don't know yet. So now for skin, I'm gonna first of all moisturize because I haven't done that yet, but I got this sample in the post today, and is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? Look at it. Oh, this is the Glam Glow Water Burst Hydrated Glow Moisturizer. Apply evenly to freshly cleansed face and neck every morning and or night. It's just a moisturizer, but it's Glam Glow, so it's expensive, and I've never actually used, I've used a Glam Glow mask before, but I think this is actually quite a new product. This is quite a generous little jar actually. Like there's plenty in here for quite a few applications. So it's just like a blue gel. I imagine that will just disappear, yeah. It smells gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's very thin. It doesn't feel oily, which is nice. It does just feel like my makeup will like sit nicely on top of it because my skin feels very hydrated now. And I just use the tiniest amount. I don't know, I always struggle to justify buying Glam Glow because they are so expensive. And for foundation, I'm going to use my Revlon Color Stay in Normal to Dry, and I'm using shade 150 Buff. I used this the other day in my Stacey Marie recreation video actually, which I'll link up here, and I really loved how my skin looked, so I thought I would use it again. So this will only be like the third time I'm actually using this foundation, and I can understand, you know, why people bang on about it because it's really nice. And it's from the drugstore. It is expensive in my opinion. It's £13, and that's not like cheap, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's a double wear dupe either. I know that's what people say it is. I wouldn't go that far, but it's certainly really nice. You'll see the coverage because I do have some blemishes on my skin at the moment. And I think with such a bold eye look, we're gonna want to have very, very perfected skin. So really get rid of all the kind of blemishes and just let the eyes pop. And then for extra coverage where I need it, I'm going to use my Revolution Full Cover Camouflage Concealer under my eyes because I love it and it's very nice. So I just tend to squeeze a bit on and then I'll just pop it a couple of different areas where I have like the worst of my blemishes as well. And then I'm going to use the Revolution Conceal and Define, one of the new shades. This is 10.5 and I'm going to cream contour with this. Just fancy cream contouring today. I think I'm doing a kind of all out glam look, so it's just going to look nicer I think if I put on a bit of cream contour. But I'm going to actually, oops, mixing in with my blemish. I'm going to buff that out first because this stuff dries quite quickly, which is why I'm only doing half of my face right now, and then I'll do the other half afterwards because it does dry pretty fast. So you want to blend it out. Now I know that looks a bit stark right now, but you see once I start blending out my under eye concealer and then using the remnants on my sponge, it'll all blend really nicely. I just go around it a little bit with whatever concealer is left on my sponge, and that's just going to help it blend in. Blend that spot in and then I can do it on this side. Ow, did you hear that? Oh, I just had a little star fall off. So again, it looks really stark, but once I use my under eye concealer, it's all gonna blend beautifully. There we go, base is looking glorious. I'm going to bake under my eyes quickly because if I don't, I get very bad creasing under my eyes. Oh, another star just fell off. I'm gonna have to apply a few more. I'm just gonna use my Kat Von D loose powder. Definitely one of the best ones. And if you're after a good high-end loose powder, I'd recommend this almost as much as I'd recommend the Laura Mercier, to be honest. Both of them are just really nice, super finely milled. On the rest of my face, I'm going to use my Milani Prep Set and Go translucent face powder. This is a really nice one actually. I would say, Milani is drugstore technically, but I think once it comes to the UK, like the price is a bit higher, isn't it? So I think this is like maybe 10 or 12 pounds. And it's really nice, obviously. I like it a lot, or I wouldn't use it, but I've got just as good powders for cheaper out of like the actual drugstore, not like Beauty Bay. So I just think my skin looks really, really nice with that foundation on. It's not in any way natural, but it's really nice, so I like it. And I'm just going to powder contour using my NYX contour kit. I really like this one. very pigmented. And you know me, I like quite a bold contour anyway, so it works good for me. I'll use my Technic bronze palette, just because I've only used this a couple of times, so it'll be nice to crack it out. What shades will I use? Probably use this bottom one here because it's got a bit of shimmer in it, and I personally really like a shimmery bronzer. It's really nice. My favourite bronzer of all time is definitely the Milani ones, because they have a bit of glow to them as well. And then I go in with my powder brush over everything, just to make sure it's all really blended and seamless. We've gone a little heavy-handed on the bronzer today. I'm gonna use the Balm Mary Lou for my highlight today. It's just beautiful. It really is. I can't quite believe I lived for so long without this highlight. See what I mean? Too much, too much. Look at it. And for blush, I want something pretty peachy, I think. So I'm gonna use another Technic product, and I'm gonna use this blush here. This is just the blush palette version of the bronzer palette. Just think something quite bright will be nice with this eye. And you know, I like doing my blush after my highlight because I think it helps everything just kind of merge together a bit nicer, and like then you don't have like harsh lines with your highlight. It all just kind of, you know, blends in. I'm just going to finish off this eye off camera, and then I'll come back and we'll do this one, and then we'll pretty much be done. Okay, I'm going to run All Star and Rowdy under my eye, just on a kind of small pencil brush. Now on his photo, it's a very, very, very smoky under eye. That's All Star, and then I'm going to pop Rowdy on as well, a bit closer to my lash line. Not too much involved. And then I'm going to pick up an orange shade just from my BH Cosmetics palette and just kind of blend the edges of that. Just kind of add that orange in as well. And drag it all the way up really. So that's pretty smoky. And then in my waterline, I'm going to use my Milani Stay Put waterproof liner, just the black one. I just need to sharpen it a little bit. This is super black and really long lasting. Like that. This is very fast. And then I'm taking my Barry M in Asteroid again, and I'm going to pop that on the inner corner and also along my lower lash line, and take it down a little bit more than I usually would, kind of at the start of where your eye bags begin. Then I'm picking up more of my like stars adhesive, and I'm just gonna pop that on willy-nilly, and then pick up my stars and just pat them into place. Again, no kind of symmetricalness. I'm just kind of patting them on where they stick. As always, this is a good eye bag cover, like that. See what, I think he did a nude lip. Yeah, he did quite a nude lip. Quite a dark nude lip. Actually, I don't know if you can see that there. My eye shape's definitely way different to what he's done. His is more like down and not as pointy out, but that's alright. It's just trying to recreate it. I'm not saying I'm gonna do a perfect job. And then for lips, I'm gonna put on, I don't know, let me check. Just trying out this shade, I've never tried it before. This is the NYX Lip Lingerie in Scandalous. I'm just gonna see what I think of it and whether or not I'll leave it on. I don't like this wand at all. I think that's not the right colour for this look, I don't think. Let me try this one. This is Clover by ABH. Do you know what, I think I'll stick with that actually. That's ABH Clover liquid lipstick. And I think it's quite cool, the eyes. Now, just remembered I actually haven't got any lashes on. So let me throw on lashes and then we will be done. So here we are then. I threw on the SOSU Kylie lashes. I couldn't really be bothered putting lashes on, so they're probably not even applied properly, but who cares? Actually, let's just put on some setting spray because I haven't, and also I want more glow. So I'm gonna go in with my original iconic Prep Set Glow Spray. So then this is my finished look. I do really like how it came out, however I am not entirely happy with it. I wish I'd been able to do more like the actual like inspiration photo, but I mean it's just my first time kind of trying, so I'm not gonna be too hard on myself, and I do like the look overall. I just wish it was more similar to Mitchell's look, but there we go. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I certainly had fun filming it and trying a new look, so yeah, I enjoyed it. If you've made it this far, then our emoji will be a rainbow or something fun like this, because we're quite bright today. So thank you so much everyone for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe before you go. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. I reply to all my comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.